going on, Jerome's? So we're so back. Like everything is back. General Manager Kwesi adofo-mensah, Head Coach Kevin O'Connell did their annual pre-training camp presser, feeding the local media jackals, and I feel like the media jackals definitely redeemed themselves from the pissant Aaron Rodgers press conference. It was just, how can we ask 20 versions of the same question of something that wasn't going to happen? It's okay. But O'Connell and Kwesi said some things and some stuff. Let's dive on in. So first up, only 2 on the pup. Gavin Bartholomew, rookie tight end from Pitt. I'm just going to call him Bart. Do you know, this might be a medical thing. Every time I type out Bartholomew, I feel like I have a stroke. I don't know. But he's got a lower back injury. Chad Chamblee, UDFA outside linebacker from Georgia. Georgia has a right foot injury. Those are the only 2 on the pup. So, like we said yesterday, no Darisaw, no Will Fries, no Rondell Moore on the pup. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, man. Also, J.J. McCarthy, lots of questions about him. He's proven from day one that he has that. Just the leadership, the intangibles, all that stuff. Plus, he's in the building a lot. So, putting in that work. And also, it's something that you get with Jefferson, too. Where it's not like every day doesn't have to be the William Wallace from Braveheart speech. They may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom. But guys will tune that out eventually. But just showing up and doing work, I feel like leading by example. That does say a lot, right? And Kevin O'Connell said he loves seeing the guys getting together, throwing, whether in Nashville, whether in Woodbury. It's fantastic. Didn't mention anything about Thielen though. Also, building a team with leadership throughout at all levels on both sides of the ball. And I feel like that is absolutely true. Like, this is a team that is dialed in. This is a team that has leaders in every single position group. It's important. Also, talked about how, JJ brings energy, then that team reciprocates. And then JJ reciprocates from the team. It's a never-ending circle of energy and vibe. It's great, man. Also, talked about how McCarthy year 2, much more comfortable in the core system. Last year as a rookie, just trying to digest everything. And overall, I feel like he performed well. And as we said, anecdotally, just seeing how he reacted on the sideline in training camp practices, like he was loose. Like he wasn't, a lot of rookies, everything's coming at them 1,000 miles an hour trying to drink from a fire hose. And a lot of times they're like, you can't even fit a BB through there. But McCarthy was loose. He's out there joking around. That's what you can do when you're prepared and you feel comfortable with things. Also, lots of reps in the offseason, some real-time learning, what works, what doesn't work in terms of out there in training camp practice, going back, taking a look at the film, implementing it the next day. It's also good. Kwesi, I love this, man. So Kwesi was talking about building a type of team that could show up to a fight. You don't know what kind of fight it is, but still be the last man standing. So this was essentially an MMA line. It's like, hey, are we wrestling? Are we boxing? Is it Muay Thai? Is it the Jiu-Jitsu? What's the fight going to be? I'm going to win. All right. And obviously Kwesi won't say it, but you look at what the Eagles did last year in the trenches. I mean, you got to respect Howie. Like, the Eagles right now probably are the premier team because they built in the trenches and they take care of their own guys early, thus reducing the cost. All right, and also it's really good for the culture. It's like, hey, you do your work, you bust your ass. Your owner's not going to call you out on national TV on a press conference like Jared Jones. It's going to be good. Also, the opposite of taking care of your guys. So they both completely sidestepped the Metellus question. So the question was like, what about Josh Metellus' contract? And Kevin O'Connell's like, Josh is a great leader. I know he's excited to be back here, and he's a major part of the defense. And then Kwesi's like, yeah, we're in dialogue with his agents, Rosenhaus. I don't think it's gonna be done anytime soon. Yeah. Also for camp, O'Connell talked about stress and physicality like they did last year, and then the Vikings had a solid season, especially on defense. But he's fired up for the defense, excited for joint practices against the Patriots. There's a lot of different types of learning in training camp embedded this year. So I think the Vikings, especially stressing that physicality, stressing that building in both of the trenches, could be good. Also, getting back to the running game. He didn't get any running game questions, but, Kevin O'Connell, like you could tell, like, even though he's a quarterback and would love to just fire that effing pigskin all over the lot, the Vikings got to run the ball, and the Vikings finally have the offensive line to do it. Also, great battles between offense and defense in camp. Iron sharpens iron. Going up against Florida's defense every single day. All of the bluffs and the feints and all that stuff, and plus just the talent on that side of the ball, like it's gonna be good for JJ McCarthy in this offense, man. Also, talked about how early in the season, the Vikings have to come out with a lot of momentum. All right, the first 5 games, a bit of a gauntlet, but you gotta go out and get it done, and that starts in training camp. So have a good camp. You start out with the season fast, and you just go from there. Also, talk about knocking J.J. McCarthy for being a game manager, potentially at the beginning of his career, also at Michigan. But O'Connell said all 32 quarterbacks better manage the game or you're going to lose, which is kind of true, right? Because if a quarterback can't operate the offense, can't take care of the football, can't get the play call out, can't get things lined up, can't get protections right, I mean, all those things are considered management. I mean, you are going to lose. I know that everything isn't like NFL films, just like firing the effing pigskin 60 yards downfield. I mean, it would be nice, but it's not the truth. All right, and also you can simulate being a game manager in practice, getting the cadence out, getting the play call in, manage a 2-minute drill. Like there's a lot of ways that you can simulate that in practice. Talk about practice, right? Also, they talked about 14 wins last year, being proud of accomplishments, but also wanting more, and also the new players coming in, whether rookies or free agents or trade, like they got to buy in. The players drive the standard, and it's like Renard said, more is expected. More is wanted, something like that. All right. But also talked about how the play style of defense last year is be all about the ball, and the Vikings led the league in turnovers last year. And I've said, I don't think the Vikings defense will be like 85 Bears or 2000 Ravens. I think they certainly could be like the 2002 Bucks. And now, obviously, different since they were a 4-3 covered Tampa 2 defense, and the Vikings are going to be highly variant, but 3 down linemen as your base. But I feel like just getting to the ball, getting pressure constantly with 4, dropping 7, being a turnover machine, scoring. Once you get your mitts on the ball, I think that certainly could be that. Also talked about how Ryan Kelly is paramount for Jonathan James McCarthy's development, because Kelly, that communication line scrimmage between center and quarterback, it's paramount. And Kelly played with some young quarterbacks in Indianapolis, and where he was calling out protections. He's played with veteran quarterbacks like Phillip Rivers during his year in Indianapolis and made the playoffs. And it really is that relationship and communication is key. And I know the Bradbury fought the good fight, but having Ryan Kelly here, stone cold veteran who's seen everything, it's gonna be great for JJ McCarthy. It's gonna be huge. Also, the offensive line. Kevin McConnell got a little smirk to talk about the offensive line. He's pretty excited about things, but competitive situations in camp. You got depth all over the place. Shout out Blake Brandel. Mama, I'm so hard to Brandel now. Also talked about Will Fries, obviously Donovan Jackson's for real. So the Vikings do have some decent depth along the offensive line. It's going to be good. For Darisaw, speaking of offensive line, so the plan is to have him practice individually, then combo drills against defenders, and then team on his own timeline. They aren't putting him on the pup, which is a good sign, but everyone's going to recover on their own timeline. Will Fry is so he's cleared from the broken tibia. He's ready to go, ramping up football-wise. I think you'll see him in team drills sooner rather than later. Addison, waiting on the NFL to go through their process. Kwesi talked about things are adjudicated now. Basically, they're just waiting on the league. I do think that he will face a 3-game suspension to start the season, and the Vikings will be able to do that up. And I forgot who it was. It might have been Mike Max. So, what are your contingency plans at quarterback and cornerback, right? What's your short list? Expecting Kwesi to be like, hey, Rasul Douglas. Hey, I don't know. Well, I don't know. But said that they feel good about the depth, but they're always looking. It's always a process. Shout out Sam Howell, who has started games in the NFL. They liked his film. And the cornerback room, just because they haven't shown it doesn't mean that they can't. Specifically citing, didn't cite by name, but inferring Mekhi Blackman, come back from the ACL, Nudie McLaughlin year 2, Okudah, who's trying to recover his career, Isaiah Rodgers, all that stuff, right? So, I feel good about the cornerback room, especially with the enhanced pass rush. Let's go. Also, Harrison Smith, respect. preparation process defies the odds. And also, Kwesi made a height joke and then realized that he and Kevin O'Connell are both like 6'4" plus. O'Connell's 6'5". It's kind of crazy. Kwesi's sneaky tall, like legit. Anyways, but it just feels like football is back. I mean, Kwesi's batting down bad questions. Kevin O'Connell's out here excited about things. It's good. Make me feel good. That's right. Anyways, your thoughts are thoughts. Kwesi and Kevin O'Connell presser ahead of training camp. Let's get it on. Let's go. Let us know your thoughts. Comment section. You guys are the best. You know what to do. Skol. Production value.